Hello, my name is El Magdaleno. I'm a Sportsman 3 student at South Tahoe High School, and for my first project, I will be doing motion analysis on baseball swing mechanics. My patient for this program is my friend Ryland Wright. He has been playing baseball for 12 years, and he is playing for the high school baseball team in the spring this year. He has had a previous arm injury, but it was due to throwing and not at his actual swing, and he didn't do any rehab for it, but it eventually got better through time and making sure that he was able to ice it when he got home from practice and games and such. The overall purpose of this program is to improve Ryland's overall baseball swing and mechanics and technique in order to improve his form and power while minimizing injuries and pain. So before we actually got started with our program, we decided to create some goals. So we came up with four, and number one is proper mechanics. Making sure you have proper mechanics during a baseball swing is important because it helps you generate power, accuracy, and consistency in your swing. Good mechanics ensure that you are using your body efficiently and effectively in order to produce more force and power during your swing. Next was to improve his form. So he can improve his form by focusing on his fundamentals, such as paying attention to his grip on the bat, his stance, and making sure he's able to keep his balance. Number three is to gain power. So obviously working out and going to the gym will help gain power because you're gaining more muscle and strength, so building strength. Having proper technique, utilizing your lower half because your lower half does produce a lot of power, such as your hips and legs and such. And also focusing on timing. Lastly, number four was to improve his overall performance. This was not only to show that he has improved his swing to his coaches, but also to help him be more confident in his swing and be more confident as an overall baseball player. Next is mechanics. So starting up with your setup and stance, you should have your shoulders even, knees bent, plant his back foot, and keep his weight on the balls of his feet. Number two is your stride. So having a small step forward with your front foot instead of a big step during your stride lets you take a faster swing and produce more power. Also keeping his weight and hips back, bend his back knee, and keep his front knee straight. And then number three is his upper body, making sure in his stance he will have his back elbow up, and as he is actually initiating his swing, he will rotate his torso and shoulders, keeping a loose, relaxed grip on the bat and engaging his core muscles in order to keep his balance and fully extend his arms with his follow through. Some tips: obviously keep your eye on the ball at all times and just stay relaxed. So in this video, I will show you a professional baseball swing. This is Mookie Betts. He plays for the Dodgers. So as you can see, he's incorporating all the steps I just previously said on the last slide. But he's taking his step. He has a pretty wide stride, but that's kind of preference for the actual player. And in his case, it helps him. In his case, it helps him produce more power. Next is the baseline measurement for Ryland. So as you can see here, he kind of loses his balance a little bit as he picks up this back foot right here. So I would just, for coaching tips, I would just say keep his back foot planted and keep his weight and hip back. Next is his stance. So as you can see here, he has a pretty close stance, the same as Mookie Betts. So in these two pictures, I'm obviously showing you the stances, so getting ready for the execution of the swing. So compared to Mookie Betts' stance, it's almost perfectly the same. The torso is in line, their elbows are properly lined up, and the shoulders are even. The only thing that seems to be different is that Ryland's front knee is not as turned in as Mookie Betts, but that's not a flaw. That's more of a preference on how the player stands and feels comfortable while in the box. Next is the follow through or initiating the actual swing. So also, as you can see here, Mookie Betts has his arm bent and when they should be like extended like Ryland's. But the reason why is because Mookie had an inside pitch, meaning that the ball is just closer to his body, so he had to adjust his swing a lot. Ryland's main focus for this is just keeping this back knee bent a little more and keeping his weight back. Now for comparing swings, I use the app OnForm, which helps show all like the joints and stuff and showing the actual comparison of the swing. So far it all looks good, and as he follows through, I would just say at this very end part, just keep his weight back, and that's really all it seems like he needs to do, just about right here or so. And just keep his weight back and keep this back knee bent a little more. Lastly are the results. So Ryland's swing did end up getting better. His feet ended up staying planted, and he also kept his core tight and was able to keep his balance much easier. Here are the two videos of his first baseline video on top and then his final video on the bottom. And as you can see, he doesn't pick up this back foot, but in this one he does a little bit. So he was definitely able to keep his foot planted and definitely kept his weight back a little more. Thank you.